Hello, everybody. Shadow SP here, and we are back playing more Yggdra Union. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for Heaven's Gate. Justice lies with the Holy Sword. These words had been passed down in the kingdom for generations. All citizens of Paltina lived by them. Yggdra was no exception, and the words had given her comfort during hard times, allowing her to draw strength from her misfortunes. Now, the Bronchian Empire had fallen, and only the kingdom of Fantazinia survived. Yggdra stood alone in the great temple, holy sword in hand, haunted by Nessia's last words. The island rose higher and higher, reaching the boundary between the earth and the skies, at last entering Heaven's Gate. A single ray of light shone down onto the southern region of the island. Hey, what's that? Those wings. Is she an angel? Says nothing. Conditions for victory. I don't know. Alright, so, yeah, we're just gonna pick some people. Gonna go, Elena, Russell, and Cruz. Yep, let's go. Pick random cards. So, this is the last map of the game. Before we start being accusatory about anything, there are two endings to this game that we can get from this map. I'm going to get one of them, then I'm going to restart and we'll play the map a different way. This sword has always been involved in wars. It's good for nothing but hatred, anger, and suffering. I don't pretend to be psychic, Princess. But I'm pretty sure you know what we're thinking, right? You'd have to. We're all thinking the same thing. You're right. I am Marietta, guardian angel of the realm of the gods. Were you not led here by the fallen angel Nessie? I forbid you to enter any further. Return to your world. Bright Lady, we came to the island to defeat Nessia. We have done so, and found ourselves here. That sword you carry. The Grand Centurio, the holy sword that Nessia created. That blade has been the cause of all strife on Earth. Yeah, of course it has. Blame the sword for people's problems. Have you come to brandish such an evil weapon in heaven? Hear the words of my lord. Draw thy blade for eternal sin, else lay thine edge to rest. Whether you heed his words or disregard them, it is for you to decide, humans. Draw thy blade for eternal sin, else lay thine edge to rest. Says nothing. Victory conditions. Seal the Grand Centurio forever. Yeah, okay. I can do that. This is too big for us. Only you can decide this one. Draw thy blade for eternal sin, else lay thine edge to rest. Lay thine edge to rest. Ruling with a sword will only cause more strife. Lay thine edge to rest. I will seal this sword here. Princess, it's true that this sword contains absolute power. Because of that power, it has sparked countless wars, all of which the kingdom emerged from victorious. Over time, my family came to rely on this sword. But that only leads to his history repeating itself. The sword offers only an illusion of justice. Yggdra? The world without war you mentioned to me. The world Kylie wanted. A place where everyone can live in peace. That's a dream I share. To achieve it, I must break the chain of hatred. If this is what it takes to do so, then I gladly surrender my sword. Huh. Says nothing. Says nothing. If that's the way you feel, go for it. Melanor. Yggdra's no princess anymore. She's a true queen now. She chose what's best for the entire world. What she's trying to do, no king has ever accomplished. I kinda like it. I'm gonna stand by her and make it work. What about you all? I'm a humble royal knight at your service, my queen. Need your help too. Yep, okay. Perhaps it's time to research healing magic instead. No battles? I'd have to retire. One would like that. Finally, the world my comrades yearn for. My life is yours. I'll do anything you wish. Everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Melanor. Well, it's about time to wrap this up. We've got to begin immediately back on Earth, right? Yes. In the name of La Pucelle. O holy sword, I lay thee down now and always. Rest eternally in this land. Feel. I commend your decision to part with what you have relied so much upon. That is not a decision undertaken lightly. Your courage is a shining example for your kind. However, the land below is still in chaos. Merely wishing for peace will not make it so. For that reason, I give you this. What is this? So spake our Lord. Nations shall be ruled not through might, but wisdom. The staff is for that purpose. It will replace your holy sword, Queen Yggdra. For one who has forsaken war, it is a fitting tool. Got the scepter of wisdom. Thank you. I have seen a ray of hope in the land below. Whether it will flourish or fade away, I cannot foresee. It is in your hands, O Queen. Your ideals should be passed on for generations to come. Those of us in paradise shall never forget your courage. Yet we must now part. This is not a place for the living. I shall return Encardia to the bottom of the sea. Farewell, Queen Yggdra, and her brave followers. May your future be bright and filled with peace. May the gods bless you for all eternity. Since King Paltanaeus' founding of the Kingdom of Phantazinia, the Holy Sword Grand Centurio has lit a path for the kingdom in the name of justice. At the close of the war with Bronchia, Yggdra, the 32nd monarch of Phantazinia, renounced all military force forever and sealed the Holy Sword in the Great Temple. She vowed never to allow war to give rise to any more sorrow or hatred. Acknowledging this, the guardian angel Marietta gave Yggdra her holy scepter of wisdom, and Yggdra swore to be driven by wisdom rather than power. A gentle breeze has begun to flow, bringing a new age of peace to Paltina. Well, that was boring. Where's all the action? Don't worry, we'll get there. Alright, back to Heaven's Gate. This is a full playthrough after all. We gotta do everything. So, justice lies with the Holy Sword. We know it, you know it. We all know it. It's the truth. You guys ready to do something tedious? Because I am. Alright, we're bringing Durant. Let's see. I gotta look at the stats of people here. We're bringing Roswell for certain. We're bringing Elena, I believe. I believe that makes sense, right? Because this is there. Or we could bring Michi too. That would be also fine. Michi has higher level, so Michi would probably do better. It's not Cruz, not Russell. Yeah, I guess it's Michi. We'll do these 5 then. Alright, we'll go back. We need to look at equipment. Durant's good. Roswell's actually good. The one we're looking at is Nishi. We're looking for anything to raise Gen. Gen is the most important stat on this map. Hero badge, sounds good. Let's go. Nichi's a hero now. Morale recovery, absolutely required. Yes, I used the stat up item for morale recovery. I don't care. This is the end of the game. Absolutely every character that you're fielding, recover your morale to full for this map. If you do not, you will regret it. Durant, less than 300 morale away from full. I'm still gonna recover his morale. Boom, easy. Millinor, 200 morale away. Still recover his morale. Yggdra's full, Millinor's full, everybody else is full, we're all good. Okay, we select our cards. Now, similarly to before, most of these cards do not matter. One thing that is important though is you must bring the Crusade card. If you do not, you cannot do the ending that we were going to be going for here. Every other card is irrelevant, but Crusade is the card that we need. That said, rather than we should also bring cards that have good movement, just so we can get into position and everything a little bit easier. So, yeah. Always bring Crusade. If you don't bring Crusade, you're screwed. Okay. Everybody's healed. Everybody's ready. Let's do this. Yeah, we've seen this cutscene before. Skipping past it, skipping past it. Alright, so much the same as before. This time we're gonna move Nichi to the front. Warp Roswell forward. Some Millinor. Marietta. Yep. Alright. So it does say, seal the Grand Centurio forever as our victory mission. But you know what? We don't have to do that. Like, why would we seal the Grand Centurio? That weapon's been amazing for us. I repeat, beyond here lies the realm of the gods. I forbid you to enter any further. Return to your world. Yeah, but what if I don't wanna? Do you defy our warning? Then I shall consider you an enemy of the gods. Alright, so, let's talk about this. We're about to fight. So Marietta has a card. Her card power is very low, 666. That's not very high. Now, as a unit, she is a perfect human being. I mean, she's greater than a human being. She's an angel. Archangel, in fact. She has void elements, so you can't put her with any ailments. She has anti-skill shield. Basically, no skills do anything against her. She's immune to skills, essentially. Yeah. HP control system is weird. She's also level 75, which is way higher than the level cap. HP control system, just to explain, basically, she has invincible, essentially. I don't know if she technically has invincible, but she can't be defeated. But even when she wins a clash, she loses morale, which is weird. But we'll get into that. This is going to be very tedious. So Marietta also has a unique unit size. Just one. She is a unit of one. There's no point in really doing anything in terms of fighting, because we can't win. I'll demonstrate on a different turn that she's immune to everything. So, but for now, we're just gonna lose with her evolution here. And this is why we went with we prioritized Gen for our equipment on Nietzsche, is for minimizing ability difference. I guess I could demonstrate it with Revolution, but it wouldn't do any damage anyway because of it's 1v1. We'll demonstrate it with Steel. Steel is the best way to demonstrate that she's immune to everything. There's really not much to say. This is going to repeat for quite a while. Like the battle quote from Marietta, specifically directed to Millinor, on the charge counter, is, "Are you wasting your friend's death?" Different from the others that we encountered, where she was talking about hubris. You know, that's something that I never really touched on when we were playing through this game, is the various battle quotes, because I generally don't have time to pay attention to them, but I really do like how different they are and context sensitive they are in most cases. So you gain a boatload of experience when you clash with Mario. Because she's level 75. To point your blade at me is to defy the gods. Once marked as their enemy, there can be no turning back. Different victory condition. With the Holy Sword, show your justice. So, that means we have to defeat Marietta. Which is impossible, right? Because she is invincible. We'll get there. Alright, so now we'll use Steel. Use Yggdra. Like that. Yeah, this gets everybody involved. Yggdra can be the ace, then we can use Millenor. Third with Steel, to show that she's immune to Steel. Despite the fact that the game's calculations make it look like she should be. And I love how the prediction is like, yeah, you're getting completely annihilated by, like, no matter what you're doing. But we just keep at it, because her power is very low. So it's pretty easy to keep at it. It gets a lot harder if your gen is below 6. So Nietzsche has a little bit, is going to struggle a little bit more, and if your gen is below 5, you're going to keep struggling more and more the lower your gen gets. Like fielding Russell here, Russell only has 2 gen. He would take 40% extra damage every single turn, which is, it adds up. Because this is a very tedious process where we clash with Marietta over and over and over and over again, reducing her morale because she loses morale on victories. Durant almost got to see her special move, which is she wins. Brilliant. Yeah, if you manage to stall your way out to seeing Marietta's card activation, she just beats you. So we're doing this. It's just for demonstration purposes, to prove I'm not full of it. AS Shield, and this applies to every skill in the game. No skills will do anything to her, up to and including Crusade. Does not do anything. Yeah, so Millenor and Dragon Knight Durant getting this Geo bonus does help a decent amount with taking less damage, getting more flashes in. Therefore, dealing more damage. Now, one thing that can be used against Marietta, it doesn't really help you, but you can use Shield Barrier. it only prolongs your suffering, but you can do it. In fact, I think I'll do Shield Barrier next, just to see if we can get Mariotta's card Unleash in the video. But it's what I'm here for. I'm here for finding things to be entertaining with. And I need to find my own entertainment while doing this very tedious task of repeatedly losing to an angel. So, remember when I said that the first ending was boring? This ending is way more boring. We do get to hear some music though. We can jam out with Roswell's battle theme. Alright, well, anyway. I'll just call it a win. I'll say we won. We're starting to reach level cap at least. Level cap being 20. Roswell and Durant struggling at 3 tech. Come on, guys. Alright, so we end turn. Wow, amazing. Nothing happened. Shield Barrier. Let's do this thing. Go, Yggdra. Let's see if this works. I want to get smote. That's what I'm trying to do here. Smite me! Smite me! Angelic Thunder. So Shield Barrier can't block Angelic Thunder. It just instantly beats you. Amazing. I'm pretty sure this actually is bad to do. You know, for various reasons. But it's mostly for time reasons. We just want to lose so we can keep going forward. The problem is we don't want to have, like, it would make it easier to lose if we had less attack. Or if we had less gen, it would make it easier to lose. But we don't want to have less gen because we'll take more damage. It's a vicious cycle, right? Well, anyway, so now we just kind of sit here and wait and watch as Marietta calls the team pitiable souls over and over again. Yep, this is what we're here for. This is what we signed up for when we pointed our sword at a heavenly being. So we saw AS shield activate there. That was because Nietzsche got a critical. Immune to criticals. Like I said, Marietta is immune to everything. So why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? We'll get there. We're not there yet. We'll get there. Yeah. Pity your greedy souls. Say it again, every single time. Alright. Wow, Yggdra's at max level. Incredible. This is the best power leveling method we've ever seen. It's a pity it doesn't matter at all. Alright, so now we're gonna pick a random card and discharge. Mash through it. I am so tempted to just like edit, but I don't edit. That's kind of my thing. Like, I'm tempted to just skip to the end, but I'm not gonna do it. If I'm gonna suffer through this, you're gonna suffer with me. Technically not necessarily. You can skip to the end. Yeah, Yggdra's. Taste my blade. Yeah, it's not doing anything, Yggdra. You know, there's only so many times you can see the same battle quotes over and over before they stop being interesting. It's a pity, because I do actually like the setup here. Being like, oh, we have Marietta, we're fighting against Heaven, whatever. And I like that there's some weird gimmick aspect to the battle, but the way that we have to do this is just way too tedious. It takes too long. It's boring. Unfortunately. That's why you pick the peace ending. You pick the peace ending so you can get out of fighting Marietta. Like, we'll just count the final battle to be the one against Nasia, because that one was kind of fun. Alright. Yep. We just keep losing, because that's what we're here for. It's unfortunate, because we don't even get, like, a Marietta battle theme. That could have been cool. Because she doesn't charge, she just sits there. It would have been nice if we had that, at least, as something to break the monotony of losing and get a cool new battle theme to listen to. But no, we don't get that. mean, not that I mind hearing, you know, your favorite characters' battle themes over and over again, but when it's always interspersed with the lost music, it does kind of start to get grating. I like to hear the victory music when my favorite characters' battle themes are over, you know? Look at all those flash attacks. So many. There she goes again. Alright. Oh no, we lost. I don't care. At this point, I don't care. We do get some levels, though. It does feed that little addiction. Get those level ups notifications. Durant's one away from max. Roswell's one away from max. He's finally got 4 tech. Finally. I was hoping for 4 tech so many maps ago. Because then I would have given them that steroid to get up to 5, and he would have been one of the greats. But he was still pretty good, even with just 3. Okay, Earthquake it is. I'm still here, in case anyone's wondering. I just ran out of things to say. It's unfortunate. I mean, I do love this game, but this ending really does miss the mark unless you're emulating the game and have access to speed up. Speed up helps a lot because you get to fast forward through all the nonsense. Unfortunately, non-emulation doesn't have that option. Now, I will be perfectly honest, I am emulating, but for consistency's sake, I'm going through this at 1x speed, just to show how tedious it is. Because nothing says end of the game like a good bout of tedium. So overall, throughout the entire game, I would still say Millinor still top dog in terms of just general utility. Best character, no question. Post-Coronation, Yggdra is stronger than Millinor generally, but not if you put no effort into her, because Millinor naturally just accrues MVP bonuses like crazy in the beginning. And Yggdra, if after being coronated, if you've never given her an MVP bonus, probably still isn't statistically superior to him in any way. So, you know, Millinor is really strong. And being able to say Millinor, Yggdra, put those two together, they pretty much beat any enemy in the game. So, it's been a good journey. And basically everybody else is in a different category of character, which is kind of the supporting characters who have worse stats in general. So getting them MVP bonuses and stat boosters keeps them more competitive with the strong characters being Yggdra and Millinor. Right, and that's kind of the case just in terms of their classifications. The main characters and the side characters. And, you know, you can tell that, like, Durant isn't on the same level as Millinor and Yggdra. He's got way less stats. His stat spread is worse. His tech is lacking by a ton. But that's all fine, because he's a supporting member and he fills his role. And again, with proper investment, proper MVP management, you can get any character to be incredibly valuable. Single stat boosters, given really early in a character's leveling cycle, can boost a character from essentially having like maximum of 4 stars in one stat to being 6 stars. Just because of how little stars work in the leveling system. Like, and I'm pretty sure I did the math, and if you give Roswell the Forbidden Fruit at like level 10 or something like that, he ends up with the best stat spread. Like, that ends up getting him a total of like 5 or 6 extra stars in total, which is ridiculous. Because it's a plus 4-star item, right? But it's just how the game works. This game has a lot of things in it that are really imbalanced. Hey, all right, Nietzsche has temporarily 6th gen. We're good with that. That'll help her not take damage now. All right, we're making progress. Are we making progress? We are making progress. We can see it. We can finally see a morale value applied to Marietta. Over 9,000 still, but we are making progress. I'm not going to use Gravity Chaos. I don't want to waste a good card like that. I'll use Bloody Claw. Not to say Bloody Claw is a bad card. You know. Archangel to Yggdra. Power has consumed your soul. Yep, probably at this point, given what we're doing. Okay. Yep. I mean, yeah. But I think we were able to prove through this playthrough that as long as you know how to play the game, you don't have to play it perfect. There's a lot of things that you can do, like min-max, optimize things, that will get you to be stronger, get you more items, better situations. But clearly, when we played through like this, we weren't trying to min-max. I got a couple items that are kind of hard to find, but I got nothing that was really, really hard to find. Do your standard tile hunting, walk around when you have free time to do so, and you'll do just fine, right? As long as you know how to play the game. If you're losing clashes constantly, you're going to have problems. And that's how some people would say, like, Yggdra is really hard. It's because they can get into a position where they have a bad union against an enemy attack, and lose a bunch of flashes because they didn't manage their skills properly or just didn't have the right units available. They're using like bow units getting charged, stuff like that. It's all tactical, right? You gotta have a tactical mindset to it and understand how the game functions, which can be hard because there's a lot of opaqueness to it. But we got here. We still have a ton of items in the bag, still a decent number of medallions. We could easily go another like 4 or 5 chapters and not run out of items, even if those chapters gave us nothing. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this playthrough in terms of just kind of casualness, because it's not a collectionist playthrough. We're not collecting everything we can. Because let me tell you, when you're playing this game, trying to collect literally everything in one playthrough, it's pretty rough, because you really can't afford to mess around in terms of movement or anything. And sometimes you have to rely on some lucky wins, things that are pretty unlikely, like, you know, Millenor beating Valkyries in Plains tiles early in the game, you know, before Gravity Chaos. Sometimes you have to rely on that happening, otherwise you just can't get the win. You can't get everything that you want and still get the +2 MVP bonus, you know, can't get the perfect chapter clear. But it doesn't matter, right? It's just a game. We're doing it for fun. Alright, Durant's max leveled. Roswell's max leveled. Nothing has changed. Appreciate you two. This has really been our squad kind of throughout the game. With Yggdra, Durant, Roswell, and Millenor and Nietzsche. It's interesting. I think this is the first time I've done a playthrough where I've used both Durant and Nietzsche to this extent. And it worked out pretty well. I didn't mind. Yeah, because oftentimes I would instead, we would instead use your bow unit, like put in Elena instead of whichever one of these two would be. So it'd be like you focus using Durant or focus using Nietzsche. The other slot gets filled with Elena, and then kind of on those last couple maps, because the spear unit is so underleveled, you bring like Russell, who can, like I said, with the Excalibur, kind of compete. Because he'll have 3 gen, 4 attack, 5 tech. That's a decent enough stat line to fight on those last couple maps where you have those 5 deployment slots that you need to fill up. So you'd end up benching. I mean, obviously you're still bringing Durant or whatever, but you can bring Russell in a lot of cases, and Russell's good. I don't think we really ever talked about it, but Russell's a good character. He really is strong. He has a little bit low gen, but he has really high tech, really high attack, and pretty good luck, like average luck, something in the neighborhood of like 4 being where he ends up pretty regularly. Hey, we got a natural use of Angelic Thunder. That's pretty rare. But yeah, Russell's pretty good. It's just that it feels bad to use him because you already have your sword unit with Yggdra when Yggdra comes back. And most sword ace cards aren't that good. Right, what sword ace cards do you use that are good? Banshee's Cry, that's the only one. Because Revolution is not that great. And Item Break is a card that you actively don't want to use. Whereas if we were to have Killie full time, we'd be happy to field Killie, because we'd have extra Axe Ace for Gravity Chaos and even Dragon Killer. Because Dragon Killer is pretty strong. It's pretty strong against whenever Glucose is on the field. It can allow some of your weaker units to beat him, because they get effective against dragons for a very long time. Yeah, and I think ultimately the card selection I end up taking is kind of ace agnostic in a lot of cases. Axe Ace is primarily the one that we look at with Steel and Gravity Chaos, but I prefer cards that don't have an ace type because it allows more flexibility with being able to combat multiple enemy squads at once. But there's still a place for all of those ace cards. You know, there are always maps where Blizzard is really good, where Flame is pretty good. You know, maps where Banish is good. So your card selection, there's a lot of good cards in this game. There's a lot of bad cards, but there's a lot of good cards. Yeah, we never actually used the Necromancy card, the one that summons skeletons. Mostly because skeletons are trash, but we never used it. Maybe I should try to summon skeletons here, just for fun. All right. Well, we're all max leveled, so that's a thing. Okay, we are getting there. Did I mention that this takes forever? Yeah, we don't even have, we've already used it because it's one of our movement cards. We don't even have the thing. Let's use Dragon Killer, yeah. She's a dragon, right? Yep. I mean, we're working on it. We're working on it. I'll use Dragon Killer. Oh, it can only be used on dragons. Dang, she's not a dragon. I thought, you know, for sure that angels and dragons were the same thing. Did I bring Kiss of Death? If I did, we should use it for sure. I might not have. Ah, there's Durant again with a natural Angelic Thunder. Good job, Durant. I mean, terrible job because it makes the fights last longer, but good job on like being strong. Yeah, theoretically, Durant and Roswell have the potential to let this happen because she's not super effective against them because they're both because of the way rods work, right? Not super effective against the Dragon Knight because it's a scythe, and not super effective against Roswell because it's rod mirror. In theory, then the other units all get cut down before Angelic Thunder goes off, and it can happen to Roswell and Durant also. It's just RNG whether it happens or not. Yep. Yep. This is where we're at. Still waiting. Still clashing against this angel fruitlessly. Makes you wonder, why are we doing this? Just to get a different ending? The answer to that is yes. That's exactly why we're doing this. Another thing about this chapter with the gimmick and everything is it doesn't involve none of the nuance of Yggdra Union's gameplay system comes to the forefront here. We can't do things like use aggression, use skills, use good positioning, anything like that. It's just form as big of a union as possible and just break yourselves upon this enemy repeatedly. Hey, we got the thing, see? Roswell got a natural Angelic Thunder, like I said he could. Good on you, Roswell. Next time don't let that happen. Yep. Amazing. We lose. Again. Oh my goodness, this is very, very tedious. I love this game, but I don't love this chapter. Let's go item break. Here, let's use item break. Oh, we can't because we don't have a fence. Dang. Should have brought Russell. No, if I brought Russell, I would have had to take him out of the Union by now, and that would make this whole thing just last longer. Okay. We are clashing. That's all we do. Can't use item break, don't have a fencer. It wouldn't work anyway, but we can't do it. Yeah, the emulator speed up button is right there. I know it is, but it's taking all my willpower to resist pushing it. Because this is, again, it's long and boring, where nothing is happening, over and over. Alright, yep. Okay, there's another clash lost. Let's keep going. Okay, we can just end it off with some chill Roswell music. That's what we're here for. This is the real reason you pick Roswell, is for the tunes. You pick Roswell because he gives you a more interesting music beat than Rosary. Totally. So I've been considering at some point going back, playing the early game of this game again, and then recording a playthrough of the Rosary specific chapter, just for completion's sake. Because, you know, we've got the Roswell side. The Rosary side does exist. You know, go get their early game Yggdra Union again. Get Rosary instead of Roswell, and do that one chapter, and put that in the playlist as non-canon. All right. So Marietta now has 1 morale. What does this do? Well, if we look at her stats, her S shield her AS shield has changed to S shield. What does that change? Functionally nothing, except for one exception. Alright, so we're doing it like this to make sure that Yggdra has her full meter, so we don't miss it somehow. Because if you miss the activation of Crusade, then you've wasted like an hour of time, and you're gonna be really sad. So I can sit through one more loss with Durant, just to make sure that Yggdra gets the win on her end. So yeah, with the one exception of Crusade, Marietta is still immune to everything. So just don't try it. It doesn't do anything. If you're thinking of a different way to try to win, it doesn't work. Don't do it. Alright, thank you for your sacrifice, Durant. Yeah, we take advantage of the fact that that Crusade is all ace type, so we can ace with anybody. Otherwise, you can just ace with Yggdra. Probably have enough time to get everything set up. I'm pretty sure this boss is set up in that way for you. But anyway, let's do this thing. And at the end of Tedium, we get an unsatisfying victory using the I win button. Now, if you use Crusade at any other time previous to this, it doesn't do anything. Like I said before, still immune. Also, we get a different victory message there with Angel Fallen instead of like Justice Strike or Divine Justice or whatever it is. Yeah, alright. So. It's a win! We get one win on this battlefield. Hooray! You are quite strong to have defeated me. But your actions are a challenge against the heavens. You have chosen to turn your blade on the gods. That hubris shall be the end of your kind. Farewell, foolish humans. Divine judgment awaits you. Yggdra says nothing. Princess. Was this the right thing to do? I feel like we've done something terrible. Justice lies with the Holy Sword, no matter what. The Grand Centurio has delivered our enemies to us. Hence, this is justice. That is the way of the kingdom. This shall become doctrine in the world I shall lead. Even the gods cannot escape from that truth. But is this really how things should be? Says nothing. Says nothing. Says nothing. You guessed it. Says nothing. The gods were the cause of it all in the first place. They stood idly by as Nessia did what he pleased. His wars brought hatred, which in turn caused harm. If the Holy Sword's role is to smite those who bring harm, then we must slay those who are at the root of it all, no matter who they may be. Yggdra. We will go forth, under the aegis of the Holy Sword, to rid the heavens of those who would allow harm to come to us. Ancardia, the lost paradise, continued to rise during the fierce battle with Nessia, reaching the boundary between the realm of humans and that of the gods, known as Heaven's Gate. The guardian angel Marietta flew down to deliver the words of the gods to the royal army. Yggdra, who believed in the absolute justice of the Holy Sword, which has served as a pillar of Phantasynia, responded by slaying her with the Grand Centurio. Violent thunder roared and lightning rent the clouds. The war had been carried to the heavens. A titanic clash between Yggdra's forces and the gods. The great battle that came to be known as Ragnarok was about to begin. It wasn't Nessia's Ragnarok, it was Yggdra's Ragnarok all along. Yeah, so the PSP version of Yggdra Union does actually have an extra chapter where you kind of fight in heaven. it's not that interesting, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, it's a game. Overall, I picked the GBA version of Yggdra. Like I said at the very beginning, because it's widely believed that the GBA version is a little bit harder because of a lot of factors that the PSP version has over it, like being on the bench, recovering morale recovering cards. There's a card that recovers morale in Yggdra Union's PSP release. You know, there's more units in a unit. You know, your small units are 8, large units are 4, so there's a lot more leeway when it comes to battle fatigue, like the battle penalty. Yeah. Anyway, so that was Yggdra Union, GBA version. It's the version that I played originally. I've played both. I generally prefer the GBA version. The PSP version does have some advantages, though. It is fully voiced in the cutscenes. I believe it has speed up natively, which is pretty cool. And it also has some extra content. There's an extra character that has a scythe that basically breaks the game wide open super early. You get her before Ulcasa the first time you fight him, so you end up getting having a scythe unit that can fight on par with him, no problem. It's just that this character is the one that you end up feeding MVP bonuses into, feeding the stat bonuses and stuff. But this version is the original. It's the goat. So anyway, let's take one last quick look at extra content to see what we're looking at here. Wow, unknown. So we get a card list, we get a character list, we get an item list, we get a sound list, credits list. This is something I don't remember. But, you know, we get to see characters. There's an unknown guy here, whatever. You get to, there's some stuff here where we can kind of look around. And you get to see, yeah, here's some characters' expressions. Both Yggdra's. Here you can see like I said a couple chapters ago. There's Yggdra with her last name. Yggdra Uriel Artwaltz. That's the last name that she shares with Luciana and Yggdra. Yeah, that was a thing. So then, just one last thing to say. The reason I started playing Yggdra Union this time, at the time I did it, was because at that time I had a real hunger to play not Yggdra Union, but the prequel to it, Blaze Union. But I figured to myself, recording a bunch of videos for a game that is a prequel to another game that is in Japanese probably wouldn't be something that many people would want to see from me, an primarily English-speaking, channel here. So if there is an interest in Blaze Union, I might record a playthrough of it at some point. But if there's not, then I'll just leave that one to be something that I play on my own time. Blaze Union being the prequel, there's a lot of cool stuff in it. I'm a big fan of the game. The gameplay changes that were made. And you know, some of the gameplay elements. The story is a little bit weird in places, but you know, it's a game. It's all right. All right. So without any further ado, this has been Shadow SP. Thanks for sticking with this whole long journey through Yggdra Union, and sticking through the end of this long journey to get to the Ragnarok ending. It was tedious. It was hard to stay awake, but we got there in the end. And yeah, I got to say, and I get to say at the end here, I love Yggdra Union. This is a game that I will probably play again at some point. I've played it. I can't. This has got to be what, like my 7th or 8th playthrough of this game, including 2 different like completionist playthroughs. I love this game. I really do. All right, so signing out. See you guys next time. I don't know what we'll be doing, but I can promise that there will probably be something Graham DeLu related coming up soon. It's usually what we see on this channel, but I've got some other games in mind that I would like to record through. So, see you then.